The following PowerPoint is the proposed 2023 hunting seasons for the Dubois Wildlife Biologist District. I'm Zach Gregory, the new wildlife biologist for these areas. The Badwater antelope herd consists of Antelope Area 75 east of Riverton. This herd has been above objective for over 5 years now. However, it has been declining for several of those years prior to 2022. And in 2022, the population model does show a slight increase that puts us 29% above the objective of 3,000. This may partly be due to the increased fawn-doe ratio we saw in 2022 compared to 2021. During the 2022 hunting season, hunter success was relatively low for the second year in a row at 85%, and the days per harvest more than doubled in 2022 compared to 2021, which with both of these metrics may indicate hunters are having a harder time finding and harvesting an animal. While the model shows a slight increase in the population, harsh winter conditions combined with a low success rate and the higher days per harvest, we are proposing a decrease in both the Type 1 and the Type 6 licenses for the 2023 hunting season. The Wind River antelope herd consists of Antelope Area 84 around Dubois. This is a small population of antelope that inhabits mountain parks and foothills, as well as lower elevation sagebrush steppe. This herd has a lot of interchange with antelope populations on the Wind River Indian Reservation, which makes it difficult to collect accurate population data. And as a result, the department does not have a population objective, but rather a hunter satisfaction objective, which is 60%. The goal of this objective is to provide good recreational opportunity for hunters. The buck-doe ratios in 2022 were similar to 2021 and the 5-year average buck-doe ratios. The fawn-doe ratio is noticeably lower than it has been in the previous years. However, this is based on a small classification sample size, and we do not believe the population has changed drastically over the last few years. Based on hunter and landowner comments, the high success rates, along with persistent above objective hunter satisfaction, we are proposing a small increase in the Type 1 licenses to allow for more opportunity for hunters in the 2023 hunting season. The project antelope herd consists of areas 97 and 117. This herd unit is managed based on a hunter landowner satisfaction objective of 60%. The mixed land ownership within the Wind River Reservation precludes the collection of good demographic data and the ability to model the population. In 2022, landowner satisfaction did decline below the objective, but hunter satisfaction saw a slight increase. Fawn recruitment did improve from 2021, however, the buck-doe ratios were significantly lower. With the 60% landowners either feeling that there were too few or a good number of antelope, combined with the current winter conditions, that will likely decrease the population, we're proposing to reduce the Type 1 licenses for the 2023 hunting season. The Type 2 and Type 7 licenses are going to remain the same to address damage concerns. The Beaver Rim mule deer herd is comprised of Deer Area 90 east of Riverton. This is a very low density deer herd and has been for a couple of decades now. In 2022, classification surveys were redesigned, but unfortunately, this design didn't fit very well with the low density deer herd and did not yield a statistically valid sample. This lack of classification data for this year and the past several years precludes calculating population estimate. Both hunter satisfaction and hunter success saw a reasonable increase in 2022 compared to 2021. Days per harvest also saw a notable increase from 14.4 days in 2021 to 12.2 days per harvest in 2022. With these improvements in hunter satisfaction, days per harvest, and hunter success, we're proposing no changes to Area 90 licenses in 2023. The Dubois mule deer herd consists of deer areas 128 and 148, with most of the harvest and recreational opportunity occurring in 128. This herd has been below objective and slowly declining for over 20 years now. In 2021, we began using integrated population models to estimate populations for mule deer and pronghorn. In 2022, the postseason population estimate for this herd unit was 3,127 mule deer. While this is much lower than previous years, this particular estimate shows a very good fit with much tighter confidence intervals, as well as a similar downward trend previous estimates have indicated. Herd demographics have been relatively stable over the past 5 years, with a slight decrease in fawn production in 2022 of 51 fawns per 100 does compared to 2021 of 71 fawns per 100 does. That being said, the 2022 fawn ratio is well within the historic range and similar to the 5-year average of 54 fawns per 100 does. The buck-doe ratio in this herd unit has been extraordinarily stable and was 31 bucks per 100 does in 2022, which is slightly higher than the 5-year average of 27 bucks per 100 does and well within the historical range for this herd. The 2023 mule deer hunting seasons in both areas 128 and 148 are proposed to remain the same, with the exception of decreasing the Type 1 licenses. Based on personnel observations and many hunter comments, the increase in licenses for the 2022 hunting season resulted in hunter crowding and complaints. The structure of the general season is intended to direct harvest towards the male segment of this herd, as well as any white-tailed deer, both of which have no impact on recruitment, survival, nor the overall population. Furthermore, the management strategy is recreational, and the postseason buck-doe ratio in 2022 was 31 bucks per 100 does, has exceeded the maximum recommendation of 29 bucks per 100 does, while the 5-year average, 27 bucks per 100 does, is well within the recreational parameter limits of 20 to 29 bucks per 100 does. We are also proposing to reduce the non-resident general licenses for the region. Other mule deer herds in the region are experiencing harsher than normal winter conditions, which will affect the hunt areas in which non-residents choose to hunt. To prevent an uneven distribution of non-resident hunters in the region, we're proposing a slight decrease in the region elk quota. The project mule deer herd consists of deer areas 157 and 171. This herd unit is managed based on a hunter landowner satisfaction objective of 60%. Mixed land ownership within the Wind River Reservation precludes the collection of good demographic data and the ability to estimate the population. Since 2014, hunter satisfaction has consistently been above the objective. However, it has decreased each of the last 5 years from 81% in 2018 to an understandably low of 35% in 2022. While recognizing the dissatisfaction from both hunters and landowners, there's also the need for continued harvest to maintain the current low density of deer and attempt to address high CWD prevalence. For 2023, we are proposing to reduce all of the license in 157, but still maintain some harvest. In 2019, the department initiated focused CWD sampling in this herd unit, as well as mandatory CWD sampling in 2022. While prevalence data is still preliminary, sampling from the 2020 to 2022 seasons indicate CWD prevalence in hunt area 157 is 72% in adult male mule deer sampled. The impact of such a high rate of prevalence on the population is unknown, but is certainly likely CWD is a contributing factor in the population decline over the past 3 years. In 2023, the Wyoming Game and Fish Department, in collaboration with the University of Wyoming, the U.S. Geological Survey, and the Eastern Shoshone and Northern Arapaho Tribal Fish and Game, implemented a 2-year CWD project in the Project Mule Deer herd. 40 mule deer, 30 does, and 10 bucks were collared in February of 2023 to gather data on movement, survival, and habitat selection. Also, a siteability survey is planned for March of 2023, which will provide an abundance estimate and distribution of deer throughout the herd unit. This data will help identify possible CWD hotspots that may be artificially concentrating deer, thus increasing transmission and prevalence rates, and provide a basis for comparisons and population change through time. Identifying these hotspots will allow game and fish and tribal managers to target harvest pressure, mitigate transmission, and potentially lower CWD prevalence rates. Deer Area 36 is part of the Southwest Bighorn mule deer herd. This population has been below the objective of 16,000 and continues to be well below objective in 2022 with a population estimate of 6,500 deer. Several years ago, we implemented a limited quota system in Area 36 to maintain recreational opportunity and not to manage for trophy animals. Classification flights in 2022 yielded extremely low deer numbers, specifically in Area 36. Nevertheless, the fawn-doe ratio for the herd unit was 61 fawns per 100 does, and the buck-doe ratio was 30 bucks per 100 does. And based on hunter success, hunter comments, hunter satisfaction, the high days per harvest, and the overall downward trend in the herd, we are proposing to decrease licenses again in 2023. The Wiggins Fork elk herd consists of elk areas 67, 68, 69, and 127. This herd is managed based on a winter trend count with an objective of 5,500 elk in 67, 68, and 69. In January of 2023, the department counted 6,899 elk. This is slightly lower than in 2022. This brings the 3-year average trend count up to 6,878, which puts this herd 25% above objective. Hunter success for the November-December hunts did increase in 2022, with the Type 4 license hunters having a 61% success rate and the Type 6 license hunters having a 48% success rate. For the 2023 season, we are proposing to add a new license type to Area 67. This will be a Type 7 license that will address hunter overcrowding and decreased hunt quality, which should increase harvest, and all the while still targeting the migratory portion of this herd. All other licenses for this herd are proposed to remain the same for the 2023 hunting season. In 2022, this herd ended its Tier 2 CWD surveillance. A total of 212 samples were collected over the past 3 years. Of the 212 samples, 3 tested positive, resulting in an estimated prevalence rate of 1.4%. No CWD management actions have occurred, nor are any planned. Elk areas 47 and 48 are part of the South Bighorn's elk herd. This elk herd has been above objective for several years now, and in 2022 it was again above the objective of 3,300 with a winter trend count of 3,709. For the 2023 hunting season, we are proposing to add a new Type 7 license to Area 48. This is to help distribute hunters more evenly and to also increase opportunity. The Dubois moose herd consists of Area 6 around Dubois. This herd has been relatively stable the last 10 years. However, it is well below historical levels for the area. The harvest success has been between 80 and 100% each of the last 10 years, including 100% in 2022. Tooth age data indicates a median age of 4 for bulls harvested in 2022. Unfortunately, that's based on only 2 teeth that were submitted this year. We are proposing no changes to the 2023 hunting season. However, based on the new 90-10 split, all licenses will go to residents in 2023, and in 2024 there will be 4 residents and 1 non-resident. The Whiskey Mountain Bighorn sheep herd consists of areas 8, 9, and 10. This herd has declined substantially over the last 25 to 30 years. This is mainly due to persistent pneumonia and low lamb recruitment. 2022 classification surveys show another year of improved lamb ratios. However, this is only applicable to areas 9 and 10 as weather conditions did not allow for aerial surveys in Area 8. In 2022, hunter success in Area 8 was 20%, the lowest recorded in over 20 years. Areas 9 and 10 had a harvest success of 67 and 100% respectively. Average age of rams harvested in Area 9 was 11 and in Area 10 was 8, indicating the availability of older rams in these hunt areas. To best accommodate the new 90-10 split in 2023, we are proposing an increase of 1 license in both areas 9 and 10. This will allow 1 non-resident hunter every year in each hunt area in alternating years. For example, Area 9 will have 5 licenses, 4 resident, 1 non-resident. And Area 10 will have 5 licenses, all 5 will be residents. and that will switch in 2024. In 2022, in collaboration with the Eastern Shoshone, Northern Arapaho Tribal Fish and Game, and the University of Wyoming, we began a test and remove project in the Red Creek subherd. Bighorn sheep that test positive for Mycoplasma ovipneumoniae twice within a 14-month period will, with at least 2 months in between testing, are considered chronic carriers and are removed. To date, 11 ewes have met our definition as a chronic carrier, and all of those have been removed. Sheep areas 4, 5, and 22 are all a part of the Absaroka Bighorn sheep herd. This herd has been relatively stable for the last several years, and hunting opportunity has been stable as well. In 2022, Area 4 had 75% hunter success rate. Area 5 had an 89% success rate. Area 22 had only 2 hunters that reported hunting, and both hunters were unsuccessful. However, this area is also valid for Area 5 and is reported for that area when sheep are harvested there. To accommodate the new 90-10 split in 2023, we're proposing to increase Area 4 by 1 license, reduce Area 5 by 1, and increase Area 22 by 1. For the 2023 pheasant hunting season, we are proposing some small changes to Area 2 season dates. The Guinea pheasant season will close on December 3rd, and the male pheasant only season will open on Monday, December 4th. Also, the youth only day will be on Saturday, November 18th in all of Area 2. Release dates will continue to be every Tuesday, Friday in 2023. Back in 2022, we proposed initiating a draw system for the days after the releases. However, based on feedback we've received in the last year, we are no longer proposing any draw system for Ocean Lake or Sand Mesa pheasant hunting. We will continue to look for new release sites and improve habitat to help distribute hunters more evenly.